powerful point creation software called QCAD is available to purchasers of QML800. With this software, you can create point files that can be used with QML to complete floor layout very quickly. The software can be downloaded from spectralasers.com by inputting the QML system serial ID found on the back of your QML800 controller. QCAD can open either of the two main CAD file types: DWG files, the native AutoCAD format; DXF files, an Exchange format that can be opened with other programs. It is important to know what reference points on your job floor will be used to begin layout. This is true regardless of what tools are used for layout. Control lines are often the solution. Control lines are normally offset from column center lines by 2 or 3 feet. Sometimes controls are placed toward the center column lines as shown in red, or placed toward the outside column lines as shown here in black. The same control line locations to be used on the job floor are also used in the QCAD point file. The process to create a point file using QCAD PM is as follows. Open the file and find the layers of interest. Place control lines offset at a specified distance from column lines. Place a reference line offset from one of the control lines. Place control points at the intersections of the lines just created. Select all points to be later marked on the floor. Save the file. A CAD file of a floor has been opened with QCAD PM. It is a typical floor plan. Some orientation. The 5 functions in the red box at the top are the only functions needed to create point files. Along the top are file functions, which are not used to create point files except for the undo button. Along the left side are drawing functions that are also not used to create point files. On the right side is a box that shows the many layers typically found in CAD files. Click on the eye to show all layers. There are layers for walls, for windows, for electrical, for doors, for mechanical, and so on. It is a very busy drawing with all layers on. That is why the wall and column layers were selected. The Undo button is clicked to remove the layers that are not of interest for this project. Before we can place control lines, we need to see the column lines. Scroll through the layers to find the column lines, called S-grid in this file, and click on the dark eye to turn that layer on. One navigation tip: CAD is best used with a mouse with a scroll wheel. Turning the scroll wheel zooms in and out. Pressing down on the scroll wheel enables you to move the drawing. Now we're ready to place control lines. Select the first function, control lines. Next, input the offset distance from the column line desired. This drawing was made in inches, which is common. 24 inches, 2 feet, is input. As the cursor hovers near the red column lines, QCAD PM automatically offsets the column lines by 24 inches. When the desired column line is found, left-click to place the first control line. In this case, a center column line is selected. The same process is then used to place a perpendicular control line. Left-click to place the second control line. Then hit the Escape key to exit the function. The intersection of these two control lines will be used as control point 1. Now we're ready to use the second function to establish control point 2's location. Select the reference line function. Again, input an offset distance. The second control point should be at least 15 to 30 feet away from the first control point. So, 240 inches, 20 feet, is input. Again, as the cursor hovers near a control line, QCAD PM automatically offsets the control line by 20 feet. Click to place the reference line. Hit the Escape key to exit that function. There is no longer a need to see the column lines, and so I will turn the column line layer off to make the drawing easier to see and manage. The intersection of the two control lines will be used as control point 1. The intersection of a control line and reference line will be used as control point 2. Select the third function, control point. Zoom in using the scroll wheel to make sure you select the correct intersection. QCAD PM automatically snaps to intersections, line ends, and midpoints to help you place points. When the cursor arrives at the correct intersection, click once to place control point 1, and click a second time to place the point label. Use the same method to place control point 2 at the intersection of the control line and the reference line. Click once to place the point. Click a second time to place the point label. Hit the Escape key to exit that function. Note in the upper right box that control point 1 and control point 2 now appear along with their coordinates. Now we're ready to create points to be laid out. Zoom in the area where you want to begin. Select the fourth function, Point Mark. Like control points, QCAD PM will snap to intersections, endpoints, and midpoints. Zoom in to carefully select the correct point. If you're laying out floor track, be careful to select the track and not the finished wall. Finished walls may be on a separate layer, which could be turned off if desired. Click once to place the point. Click a second time to place the point label. Continue to select desired points. For a typical floor, say 20,000 square feet or 2,000 square meters, about 300 to 400 points are likely needed for the entire floor. It may take about an hour and a half to create the file. Notice in the upper right corner, the points appear with their coordinates. You need not concern yourself with the coordinates, just be happy to know that QCAD keeps track of them. QCAD PM is powerful, and only a few of the available functions are used to create point files. One function that can be useful if you wish to lay out curves or arcs. Go to the Snap function, bring the cursor down, and select On Entity. This will enable you to select various points on a line, including curved lines. After all of the desired points have been selected, the file can be saved with the fifth function, Export. When you select this, the file automatically defaults to a CSV file, the correct file format used by QML. Save it someplace on your computer. Once the file is saved, plug the controller into your computer. A dialog box opens. Select Open Device to view files. Open Internal Storage. Drag your file into the files called Quick Mark Layout, or you can actually place it anywhere. When you launch QML on your controller, go to Import Files. Select the desired file, input the desired unit of measure, and hit Import. Your file is now loaded, and you are ready to begin your layout task. We hope you enjoyed our brief tutorial on QCAD. You can find more information about QCAD online and more information about QML at spectralasers.com.